Leave your social, man, where anybody can get a hold of you. If people want to send you beats, how can they do that too?
Oh, man, nah. For any producer out there that wants to send me beats, I'll shoot you my email. That's tonyjrdtx@gmail.com. tonyjrdtx@gmail.com. If you want to follow me on all social media platforms, it's Tonyjr_music. Tonyjr_music. If you want to follow and listen to the music, all streaming platforms, just search in Tonyjr, all one word, you know. We out here, you know.
That's what's up.
And
man.
honestly, bro, hold up. How have I gone this far without giving props to my nigga God, bro? Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing none of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's the one that gifted me and put me on the path to do everything that I do. So all that I have in this world is his, you know what I mean? And he gave it, so you got to stay humble about it. You know, I try to make sure that people don't think that, yeah, this is just me doing this shit. Hell nah, bro. Because if that was the case, I'd be lost. So everybody that's coming to my life or everybody that's I randomly ran into, it was definitely like for a reason, and that's what keeps you going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will say this though, like, I don't know if we're finna go or not, but I'll say this, bro. Like, knowing that you're on the right track from the signs that God gives you is like the littest shit ever. Because you got so many people talking about, well, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it this way? No, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that. And it's just like, nigga, if I listen to all y'all, I wouldn't be no fucking where. Right. Because you don't realize people just projecting their fears and insecurities on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, once you realize that, because if you think about all the people that we talk about, Moses, Joshua, Jesus, Samson, every vision that God gave him, shit was hard as fuck. It wasn't easy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we don't even pick up on that shit. You always talk about how great these people were, but even Jesus said there's no greater prophet than my servant John, but even he's least in the kingdom, so we're better than them. We don't even realize it. So it's like, if God could do shit for them, what the fuck make you think he ain't gonna do that same shit for you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like how you put God and shit in the same
hell
sentence.
Yeah, bro. Hey, look, Jesus cussed, bro. Now that I've actually like learned the history of swear words and all that shit, I realize I'm like, bro, y'all made this shit bad. Like,
human,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I learned that the word fuck means to strike, like, for all those who don't know, go on Netflix and watch the history of swear words. There's so many people that will tell you where the origin of these words came from. They're not bad at all. They're not. And the only cuss word that Jesus uses is one we use all the time. Whoa. Woe is a cuss word.
What?
In the Hebrew and Greek, it is a cuss word. It means damned.
Oh, dang.
That's why he always...
woe is me?
You know what? No, he always said, you know what? Let's fucking go there. You ever notice Jesus never cussed nobody except religious people? Yet you try to tie Jesus into a thing called religion? If you read the Bible, bro, if the Bible was a comic book, Jesus' arch nemesis would be the Pharisees, Sadducees, and teachers of the law. Those are religious people of the day. Yet you try to tie him in a religion. It never said he came to establish a religion. It said he came to establish a kingdom. Y'all don't read. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, I'll say it like this. We call ourselves Christians, right?
Mm-hmm.
The person who made up the word Christian didn't even follow Christ. So why would you want to be labeled by somebody who didn't even follow the dude you're talking about? They were called people of the way before they were called Christians.
Really?
Real shit. Jesus was never religious. So why are you tying him to religion? Bro, like, this is real shit.
Yeah.
This is real shit. And for those who were like, oh, how the fuck does he know? Because I know there's people out there mad at me right now. But it's just like, bro, if you go back to the original writing, I went and said the original Old Testament is written in Hebrew and Aramaic. The New Testament is written in Greek and Latin. So there's no way you can interpret through English definitions. Like, case in point, in English we say I love you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know in the Greek there's 4 definitions for the word love alone?
No.
Philadelphia, philo, brotherly, agape, unconditional, and there's 2 more. I forgot the other 2 off the top of my head. But yeah, there's 4 different definitions. That's why in English when you say I love you, the first question we ask is, what you mean? So it's like, how can you take the Okay, all the church folks, I'm ready for the smoke. Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air and everything that moves along the ground. People say in the church be fruitful means to have kids. That's not true. Fruitful in the Hebrew means to produce fruit. You're thinking of fruit of your loins. No. Produce fruit means create yourself a product. So when he says be fruitful and multiply, be productive and multiply your productivity. McDonald's is doing Genesis 1:28 when they don't even know it. Because watch this, they create a product, the Big Mac. Then what they do? They multiplied it. Then they filled the earth with, there's a McDonald's on every corner. Then they subdued it because they're controlling the entire area. McDonald's fries are legendary. So you can't go nowhere. Or if you want McDonald's fries, you can't go to Wendy's. Right. If you want McDonald's fries, you can't go to Jack in the Box. You got to go. The Bible's telling you how to come up, bro. Like, so, okay. What's the first one? Ship your grain across the sea. After many days, you'll receive a return. I do this with my homeboys at the studio all the time. They be like, so that means, right. Actually, no. The second one is the verse after that is investment. But this one is create a product. Okay, we'll think of farmers. What happens when a farmer takes his crops to market?
He sells them.
So he gets paid.
Right. Be
an exporter, not an importer. Ship your grain across the sea. After many days, you'll receive a return on your investment. Then the verse after that, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, for you do not know when disaster will come upon the land. Have more than one revenue stream, so when the stock crashes, you're not ass out.
What is that? Say that verse again.
Invest in 7 ventures. Stop there. Have more than one revenue stream. But then it says 7, but then it says yes, in 8. Meaning get as many as you can, for you do not know when disaster will come upon the land. So who are the people that profited during the pandemic? All the people that had independent businesses and that sold their shit from the crib. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let not your hands be idle, for you do not know for you do not know what will bring you more profit, one, the other, or both. Go to work in the morning, but when you get off work, don't stop working. We're not talking about your job. We're talking about what you really want to do. Right. For you do not know which will bring you more profit. You get paid at this job, but if you work on this one, it might outweigh what you're getting paid at this job. And you don't know which will bring you more profit. This is in the Bible, my nigga. This is in the fucking Bible, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, come on, dog. Like, dog. Give, and it will come back to you. Press down, shaking together, and running over, shall men and women give into your bosom. The Bible's telling you how to get. You got to give first. The kingdom is a government. When you pay your taxes or tithes to the government, think about it. God owns everything, right? Yeah. So why would he tell you to pay tithes if it's already his? He's trying to test your discipline. Bro, we could get into this all, bro. They don't want to. I'm a preacher's kid, bro. They don't want to talk about this, bro. I've got into it with my family over this shit, dog. Like,
so, damn, okay. So you saying we not supposed to tithe? What are you saying?
It says in Deuteronomy 14 what you're supposed to do with your tithe. And what it says, one of the things that it says is you take it and you sow a seed into the place God gives you. But if that place is too far, take your tithe and exchange it for money. And then go to where the Lord your God leads you to and then spend it on food. That's Deuteronomy 14. Spend it on food or whatever you want. The church tells you give your tithe to the church. They won't preach that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 14, bro. Because they always preach bring the tithe to the storehouse, right? But do you know why they said that? Because the Levites was the only tribe out of the 12 tribes of Judah that did not get an inheritance from God because they worked in the church. So all the tithes from all the other 11 were to the Levites because they only had one job and it didn't bring them profit. So bring all the tithes to the storehouse so there may be meat in my house. Church, they only think about money. But I said everything is God's. 24 hours in a day, 2 hours and 40 minutes ain't yours. 10 shoes in your closet, one of them pairs ain't yours. 12 shirts, 2 of them shirts ain't yours. Because it's only 10%. Right. You know what I'm saying? But then the dope part about it is the other 90% is his too. So all he's doing is watching to see what you do with it. That's the parable of the talents. You gave 5 to one, 4 to the other, and 1, or 5 to the other, 2 to one, and 1 to another one. Then the dude who had 5 flipped it to 10. The dude who had 2 flipped it to 4. The dude who had 1 hid it. But he said, I knew you were a mean person and are wary in your investment, so I went away and hid it. Then the dude was like, if you knew I was mean, why you ain't put it in the bank to accrue interest? The whole key from that parable is the master only gave the money to the servants because they had been around him the whole time. So you know how I flip shit. You know how I work shit. So all these parables is the same thing. The whole earth is God's, but he gave it to us. So it's our job to manage it.
Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.